right. Hope everyone is having an amazing morning. I'm gonna put some music on. All right. Ian Whitman, what's going on? I'm just starting my morning off. A little bit of CBD weed. And yeah. Later I'm gonna get some regular weed. But right now I got some CBD. So and it's so weird. This is some like homegrown CBD type shit. So it's definitely a little stronger than regular CBD weed. I could tell there's more THC in it. I was waiting for someone to ask. I just want to make sure the microphone's good and the volume of the music between the microphone is good. Ian Whitman asks, what kind of philosophy you got? Well, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday that I haven't seen in like 8 months. And it was a interesting conversation because my life is completely different than it was 8 months ago. And I guess with the basis of the word philosophy, meaning, in a sense, the love of knowledge, I think philosophy should be more the love of knowledge, but then the love of acting out that knowledge. Because I've realized that I've had so much knowledge over the past 3-4 years that I haven't done shit with until about 8 months ago. So, like, I've been holding on to this knowledge in my head, fearful of actually trying this knowledge out. And it's like the fear was what was holding me back. And that's what the conversation was about yesterday. It was about how basically how my friend, money wise, he could do it. Like life wise, he could do it. The only thing holding him back is the fear, the comfortability, the wanting to be comfortable, and the illusion that if you own your own business or if you whatever, that you don't have to work. Like basically, there's this illusion in the world where people think that if you're successful or if you're doing what you love or if you're doing your dream job or your dream career, that it's not work. And in a sense, it's not work like working at McDonald's or working at a factory, no. But work is still work, no matter what. And that's what I've realized. And I was just talking about how nothing in life is accomplished without hard work. And the reason why most people don't have the life that they genuinely want is because they genuinely don't want it that bad. They're too comfortable. Um, Like my friend, you know, he has a savings, and I was like, "What are you saving for?" And he was like, "I don't know, like saving for a rainy day type shit." And I was explaining these type things are the problems when it's not lack of money or having money that's good or bad. It's why the fuck did you get the money in the first place? It's not whether you like your job or you hate your job. Why do you have the job in the first place? What are you working for? What is the goal? And I guess I was just explaining this shit because I haven't seen him in 8 months. So he just wanted to know how my life was going. And I kind of felt like a dick because my life is fucking going great slash bad. There is some bad moments. Right now I hit a low moment with money. So I can't afford to buy a shit ton of weed like I'm used to or a shit ton of wax like I'm used to right now. But I know over time that will change. Just a little hard work after the holidays and shit, then get back on my feet. I was just trying to explain to my friend, like, damn, I don't have a backup plan. So, in a sense, that kind of helps push me forward harder and makes me work harder 10 times faster. And I don't know. I think the problem is comfortability. I think the problem is people don't want what they want, or they think they want something, but they really don't want it that bad because they're so addicted to comfort. And to get a different life, you're going to have to do different things. And those different things are going to cause you to be uncomfortable because, especially if you're so used to being a certain way, if you were so used to being a certain way, having a certain amount of money in your bank, so you never have to worry about food or bills or rent or this or that, these things are great. But there was a downfall to having things. There was a downfall to having that backup plan. It makes you say, "Oh, it's fine. I'll just if this doesn't work, I could just fall back on whatever." And I have this confliction thing with the backup plan because some people say a backup plan is good because it gives you something to fall back on. I say a backup plan can be bad because it gives you something to fall back on, which then gives you an excuse to not work as hard on the first thing you're trying to do. It gives you an excuse to slack off or be lazy. It gives you an excuse to take the day off. It gives you an excuse, and it's whatever you want. Because what I really try to stress is this is about you. This is your life, right? So I have my life, and I'm trying to do my thing and all this other shit that I'm doing. It's exhausting. I don't get enough sleep sometimes. I have to, travel miles sometimes just by foot. It's sometimes just annoying. Some things are just annoying, little inconvenience, little whatever. But I know it'll be worth it in the end because I know what I'm going towards. Like, and I'm not running away from my life, right? My life can go to shit right now. Life could go to shit, and I can end up right back at my mom's house, and I'd still be fine. Like, I don't know. The conversation last night had my brain just sparked because it just reminded me, like, everyone is their own problem. You are your own problem, and I am my own problem. The problem is you think you have problems, and it's all in your imagination. And it's not that the problems aren't real. That's not what I mean. What I mean is everything is in your head. I don't give a fuck what happens to us. We all can choose, like, to overcome these things. I don't know. Last night's conversation, it was all about this, but then like also about like letting things go. But the whole basis of the conversation was you have to be able to let your past go. You have to be able to take risks. You have to be able to, you know, be out of your comfort zone. You have to be able to keep pushing in order to go to the place you genuinely want to go. It's just, it's very hard. It's not easy. And the problem is, the world is designed on comfort. They want to comfort us. Like, oh, you're stressed out. You worked all week. Go to the bar on the weekend with your friends. Oh, what I mean? You deserve to hang out with your friends, or you to. I have this system where I'm like, I don't deserve shit unless I'm doing. Like, I don't know. I guess it clicked in my head over about 2 months ago that everyone has the correct information. They just don't want to listen to it because everyone is a skeptic and everyone is like this. And sometimes skepticism is fucking stupidity. Like reality, it's fucking stupidity. If somebody has genuinely, like, because I guess what I was going to say is thoughts create reality. And I was going to say, oh, everyone's probably sick and tired of hearing thoughts create reality. If you're sick and tired of fucking hearing it, then fucking change your thoughts and do something about it. Because it's the truth. It's a simple answer. It's out there. Every philosopher, every successful entrepreneur and motivational speaker, everyone out there says thoughts create reality. Everyone says, everyone in the psychedelic community says, we need to learn to let go. These two terms, learning to let go and thoughts create reality, are genuinely the key. Genuinely. It's not no bullshit. Genuinely, that's the key to where I am or how I'm good in here, and how even if out here is not good, I'm still good in here. Because it's in my control. This is my reality. If my life ends up like fucked up somehow, I'm grateful because at least I created that shit. Like I'm creating my shit and I'm creating the good shit. Like both in my life. And it's amazing. But letting go of things that have happened to you, letting go of things that should have been or could have been or would have been, all that other bullshit, just it wastes space in your brain for the things that could be in the future. I don't care about who I was. I care about who I want to be. And every day I am chasing the future version of myself. I try to think, what would me in 20 years think? How would I answer this question in 20 years? Not how would I answer this question now at 26 years old. How would I answer this question at 46 years old? At 46 years old, I definitely have more wisdom in a sense because I'll be able to, I've gone through more and I've seen more and whatever. But I try to imagine what that would be like and then try to walk in the shoes of my future self. But I don't know. I think really what I was trying to have a conversation about last night was how to be happy. I never even brought up the word happy. It never even came up. But I'm telling you, I'm the happiest I've ever been. Like I have the best relationship I've ever been in. Like I'm getting ready to marry this woman. We're gonna be moving soon. So I'm getting ready to like move, and life is just this interesting thing where like it is whatever you make it. Genuinely. I get drunk. I don't know if anyone has any questions or whatever. Because, like, without direction, my fucking mind will just, like, philosophize everywhere. And I'm just going to, like, start rambling about just random shit. It's just, the conversation last night was really in my head. So, I want to talk about that. Ian Whitman says, everything you just said is what I needed to hear. I don't know. It's just the conversation I had yesterday. And these are just realizations I've come to the understanding of over the past like 8 months. 8 months ago, I had the information. 8 months ago, I mean, 2 years ago, I had the information. 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, maybe now, I was homeless. Not homeless, but I had to live back with my mom. And because I lost my apartment and shit. But even then, I had the information to change my life. I just was scared and chose to do nothing about it. Fear is the issue. Scared to be uncomfortable, scared to try new things, scared to look crazy, scared to be wrong, scared to fail, scared. And I'm not scared of anything. See, I had to tell my friend last night, I'm not scared to fail. I'm not scared to go to jail. I'm not scared to die. I'm scared to die and never have lived. That's what I'm scared of. That's why every day I make sure I fucking live. I um I take care of business, but I also trip major balls, right? Like I'm just living my life. And yeah. I'm a free bird who's a slave to his dreams. 870 Polo, what's going on, bro? 870 Polo says, about to spark it. I moved all my stuff in my new house yesterday. Back hurting. I'll be doing that probably next month. We'll probably be moving the 1st of December now. Because my landlord's being slow and shit with what he's doing, so I got to put my 30-day notice in. But that's fine. But I can't wait to move either. Because right now we're like in a small like apartment type shit. We're moving like in a 3-bedroom house. So that's gonna be fucking awesome. Whoa, yes. What's going on, bro? Says, hey, I made it. Well, yeah, says also about to smoke a bubbler. Just woke up. Fuck yeah. I'm just sitting here smoking some CBD flower. I don't got no regular weed right now, but I have some CBD flower here. So, cheers. 870 Polo says, also found my HTC Vive Pro VR system that I thought someone had stolen. So I get to return the replacement one, but that's a $1,200 check. Basically a stimulus, right? I didn't get a stimulus check. It's kind of shitty. Um, but it is what it is. Over the summer, I just worked my ass off. And I like over the summer, I had 2 jobs, a bunch of side hustles and shit. So like I was making basically a stimulus check every like 2 weeks in a sense, or the equivalence of a stimulus check. But money has definitely slowed down since then. So like I don't have any job right now. Um and shit is just kind of slow right now. So I won't have any money really until after the holidays. Got kids, so all the little extra money I have, you know what I mean? Like, so I think I'm gonna be struggling until probably January, but I don't really care. You know, at least I'll be moving to a new house. As long as the kids have Christmas, um, then it doesn't really matter, right? Like, then that's all that matters. No, I didn't get a check because I owe child support. So, and it's shitty. Child support's fucking retarded. Okay, I owe child support for a child that's in my life that I've never been out of her life. Like I've raised her. I was. Sometimes women just use child support because I don't want to be with that woman anymore, and she's mad at me. So she's like, "Well, I gotta get you back somehow." So fuck you. And yeah, but yeah, that's my life with that. 870 Polo says, just watch DMT Infinity's video he made of interviewing you. Good shit. Word. Well, if you guys haven't checked that out, after this and shit, go check that out. Because it was a dope podcast. Um DMT Infinity was a little inebriated. I was a little inebriated. I was pretty high as fuck. And yeah, it was a really dope conversation, man. 870 Polo says, really interesting Psychonautica. It was definitely an interesting conversation. And yeah, it was dope. I'll be having more podcasts like just coming out by like this last half of this year because I'm gonna be doing my podcast, but I'm gonna be on a bunch of other people's podcasts. So like in my free time, I'm gonna be like just doing podcasts. So if anyone has a podcast or whatever, I know there was one subscriber of mine that wanted me on his podcast, but something happened. It was like with the California fires and shit like that, so he couldn't do it. But I'm down and ready to start doing podcasts and just start, you know, flowing. 70 Polo says, I like your shirt you're wearing. This is a very old shirt. It's got holes in it. But I appreciate that, bro. I think, and that's interesting that you said that. So H70 Polo says, you're a great podcast guest. And I would say, yeah. My problem is I want to be a better podcast host. Um, I just want to host. I want to be able to host it better. I guess my problem is I talk too much, and you gotta know things about yourself. So I love to talk, and I could just when I get into a conversation, I'm just hyping them into it, and I'm just flowing and going and going. And sometimes I have to, if I have a podcast, technically I'm interviewing the people. I don't really. It's not about me. If you want to know about me, go watch my videos. Um, and I just want to really collide dreams together in a sense. That's why I called my podcast the Dream Collision Podcast. I'm just trying to collide ideas, collide minds, dreams, something. I guess it's a gift to gab. Sometimes it's a curse, but it's still definitely it's taking me work to be able to learn how to speak. It's an interesting thing. H70 Polo says, "What you doing today?" um, I don't know. I'd love to make some money today. Money is always on, not necessarily always on my mind, but like, if you're down, you gotta make some money somehow. So there's some things at my mom's house. I was thinking about putting on eBay and Amazon, um, and things like that. But besides that, try to figure out some money. Maybe I want to smoke DMT later today. Um, Me and my girl are gonna smoke DMT later today. She's still sleeping, but maybe go to my friend's house, hang out with my friend for a little bit, see what they're doing. And that's probably it. Chill with the kids, watch some movies. Yeah. H7 Polo says, "Do you ever record the DMT use?" I record the trip reports usually right after. I used to record the actual DMT trips. That was before my first YouTube channel got deleted. When my YouTube channel got deleted, a lot of the strikes came from psychedelic videos like that. So like YouTube's just not safe to put content like that up. But I do have a BitChute. I do have some other things, a Minds, a DMT World. So I was thinking about like maybe uploading the videos to either Minds or DMT World, like the straight like psychedelic videos where I'm actually smoking the DMT and you can actually see it and go from there. But so H70 Polo says WeedTube. Never heard of it, but I would definitely go to. I heard that they were trying to make it but I didn't know it was an actual thing now. So I'll definitely make an account there then too, because I want to be everywhere. Because YouTube is this platform right now that we use, but in the future it might be something different. Okay, I'll definitely go check it out and shit. Holy shit, it's actually a thing. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna come over here. TheWeedTube.com. It's pretty dope. Well, yes says I've never blasted on DMT. I have smoked it though. DMT is my girl's never blasted on it either. But she smoked it. But we're gonna blast today. But it's just an interesting thing because DMT is different at low doses compared to high doses. But yeah, it's beautiful. I had a low dose DMT experience the other day while I was on LSD, and by the end, on the end of the LSD, it was just beautiful. Natty Music, what's going on, bro? H7 Polo says, I can't wait to think. I'd like ayahuasca first. DMT is extracted with toxic chemicals, impure carcinogen. Not really. Chemistry is complicated because if you do the chemistry correctly, there is no impure chemicals or toxic chemicals in the DMT. DMT is DMT. The same way they extract caffeine, right, and then put caffeine in soda. They use extremely harmful chemicals to extract the caffeine, but then they either wash the caffeine or whatever they do, or remove the chemicals if it's whatever, and then they add it into the soda. Um, DMT just requires a basic understanding of chemistry. High school, like a high school understanding of chemistry in a sense. Um, and but if you do it wrong, or if you got the DMT from someone who made it wrong, then it might have some leftover materials in it. But you know, DMT can come in all different colors. Pure white DMT, pure white crystallized DMT is definitely, obviously the in a sense clean DMT. But technically, I genuinely prefer the yellow, honey looking DMT in a sense, because the pure white DMT would mainly contain NN dimethyltryptamine. Now, the other DMT that's like a pure, like a yellow honey looking type DMT, whatever, that DMT would contain more of the plant molecules in it. So instead of just being the pure NN dimethyltryptamine, it would also contain NMT and also some of the fats, the fat molecules from the plant that it came from. um, I don't like the orange DMT necessarily, but even that, it's fine. It's not There's nothing necessarily wrong with it. It's just some DMT is made from Mimosa hostilis and some DMT is made from Acacia confusa, or some other acacia plants. But if your DMT came from acacia, it most likely contains NMT as well as DMT. If your DMT came from mimosa, it's mainly just DMT and maybe some fats if you didn't do the extraction correctly. But with the ayahuasca, in a sense, I've done ayahuasca. Ayahuasca and DMT are technically two completely different things. Um, Same thing. It will take you to the same place. The problem is, uh, ayahuasca reminds me of a feminine version of mushrooms. Like if you take an eighth of mushrooms in a dark room, or anywhere eighth and up, eighth to 5 to 6, 7 grams of mushrooms in a dark room, it's gonna feel similar to an ayahuasca experience. Just to me, it feels more masculine, like more, or a little more stern. Ayahuasca was like a slowed down DMT trip, and more mushroom like, because it wasn't about death. It was, but it wasn't. DMT is so about death. It's insane. DMT doesn't have time to explain to you, like smoke DMT. Doesn't have time to help you necessarily. Here's your trauma from your childhood, and I need to help you through it and look at how and why. And ayahuasca is so much about the earth and your connection and your place on the planet, and how humans think we're different than the earth when really we are one with the earth and the bugs. And I don't know, it's about the feminine and the creation, the connection, the love, the, I don't know, dealing with trauma and letting go of the past and all that. That's what ayahuasca kind of helped me with. DMT just helped me that was like some traveling dimensions, friends in other dimensions, going to cities of light and machines made of light, and learning how the universe is created, singing objects into creation out of your mouth, and learning how to pay attention so you can listen to the beings and then do what they like. That Terrence shit is real. Anything that anyone who said about DMT is fucking real. All of it. Real as shit. And it's so crazy. I've only done ayahuasca twice. And I've done smoked DMT over 500 times. And I definitely, ayahuasca is more of a just a little harder because you feel nauseous on it. You know what I mean? Like just a little, it's a little harder, a little more rough. Um, but because of that, I actually like things like that. That's why I like Hawaiian baby woodrow seeds because it reminds me of an LSD ayahuasca in a sense because it's not like an LSD replacement at all. Really, it's more in the category I feel like of ayahuasca. All right. Well, I'm gonna cut this short because um I spent the night at my mom's house tonight. I'm gonna get ready to go figure out what I'm doing because I gotta go home today. I need to go to the store though because I forgot coffee, and I am a coffee drinker. Ever since I quit kratom, I started drinking coffee, and yeah, I don't necessarily need it, but right now without the coffee, I feel so uh, just heavy and tired. But one of those tired where I can't go back to sleep tired. So I'm gonna just head to the store. So hope you guys have an amazing day. Hope you guys had an just whatever, and I will see you guys in the next video. Yeah, I was thinking about microdosing. My problem is I do too much L. Like I do a shit ton of L. So like when I say L, I mean like LSD. But so like I wanted to microdose, but all I want is my psychedelic tolerance to go down. So I'm trying not to microdose, but yeah, I need to get some coffee instead. So have an awesome day, guys. Much love.